Good day, everyone. It's me, Tracy Nieuwenheyzen-Petersen again. Today, I would like to take this opportunity to invite you guys on a few days of storytelling. Um, I have been MIA for about 2 months on my blog, social media, life, people that know me in person. I have just been absent, and I think that it's time in my journey where I tell the story as to why I have disappeared. I have started processing, and I am in a better space now to actually be telling the story. I've prepared, it might not seem like it, but I have made some notes to say what I would like to say and why I would like to say it. I went over the last few videos I posted and just to see what I've shared, what I haven't shared. And I looked at the last one, dated 11th of March, on Facebook, and I saw that I actually posted that video after the story had started. I was still a little bit brave enough to be present somewhat to post that video, but after that, the disappearance just escalated. So, the story begins at the end of February this year, 2023. But I'm gonna start off with something I said in the very first video. I started this journey, and when I posted that first video, the end of January, I was thanking everyone for the blessings, the support on the journey, and the kind words. And I still thank everyone for that. But this journey also incorporates something that when I started this journey, I was also questioned by my husband as to what happens when the trolling starts or the bad comments or things starts. How are you going to handle that? And I said that, you know what, it's part of every journey. I'm going to handle it. I anticipated I might get some messages or things like that. That was not the case. The trolling happened face to face in my case. Was not prepared for that. It's not something that went down easy, but it was part of the journey. So let's get started. At the end of February, myself and my brother had to take my mom for some physical checkups, because as people age as well, there's a lot of things that change in their body, and we had a few concerns. Ended up spending hours at the hospital, and I just went into it thinking, okay, I'm gonna take it to the doctor. You're gonna know what's wrong, you're gonna know the next steps forward, which I usually am like. But then as soon as we got into the hospital, my mother couldn't walk much. We had to push her around in a wheelchair. When I got to the doctor, they were like, okay, so she's gonna have to give a urine sample, and you're going to have to help her. And I'm like, those are things that sound normal to people, but it's not necessarily something that you prepare yourself for. Or going into doctor's visit thinking you're going to push someone around the hospital, or you are going to have to help someone hold a cup so that they can urinate in it. Sorry for sensitive people out there, and I had to sit there, and she was very confused that they kept telling a lot of stories which didn't make sense. I spent a long time with her that day and got not a lot of great news, but the next day as well was very emotionally taxing, and I was just like not prepared for any of this. So that was where the story started of my disappearance. That's the first knock as to why I disappeared. Like, I was not as prepared as I thought for the changes ahead when it comes to my mom, and what it would take for me to be there for her. um, but also what it would take from me to put my needs from her aside, because and that day especially, my brother and I had a conversation as to how it's very different for the two of us, our expectations from my mom, not just because of our age but because of our gender as well. Like, there's different expectations he had of my mom, there's different experiences he had, so his grieving process is different. Where there's certain expectations I have of my mom which I'm struggling to put aside, like, being able to be that daughter that goes there, mom, oh my god, what do I do here? Why do I cook this? This is falling apart and things like that, and instead you being the one to hold the cup. So it was tough for me, I will admit, going through that process. The second day after that, I was just not okay. I just needed to, be there for me, be with my mom, be present in the situation. So I just couldn't deal. Let's say that. So that's where the journey started. That is where my disappearance started. And I know after that I posted a video, and I wrote a little bit of a blog saying I'm going to explain the journey. And I also made a note that in my previous videos I said that I'm an overthinker. Making videos is not my thing or should not be my thing. I also said that I probably would never do this again. But recently someone sent me a voice note on WhatsApp, and they were like, I was reading your blog or your vlog. I'm not sure what it is, but, and then they went on to say what they were saying, and this really got me thinking that as much as I identified at first as just being a blogger or writing a blog and writing my story, not being someone to post videos, I really thought about it in these few days as to how am I going to start sharing this story, and I just couldn't write it. I couldn't write it in a blog. I felt that this was really the human side to me that I needed to explain, needed to put into words. I needed to put a face and emotions to the story. So this is the beginning of the story, guys. I am inviting you guys to listen to the rest of the story. Invite others to watch and listen to the story as to the bottom of my disappearance for the last 2 months. All starting with the doctor's visit. I'm going to say nothing physically happened to me. I didn't get kidnapped or anything like that. I just think it's a journey that I felt I would never go through, but as much as it was difficult, it was rewarding, and I felt that what I got from this journey, there must be people out there that also went through something similar or needs a journey like this. And I am a firm believer that you don't need to be suffering to learn a lesson. You can learn from other people's journeys, other people's stories. So I'm here to share the story because I feel that it can bless so many other people as it has blessed me, as it has allowed me to grow, as it has allowed me to process, as it has allowed me to be a better person, and as it has allowed me to be kinder to myself. So I posted recently to say a picture to say, now let us be kind to ourselves. And that is the number one lesson I learned from this journey that I went on the last 2 months, is being kind to yourself is the biggest blessing that you can give to yourself, the best gift that you can give to yourself, the best tool you can give yourself to grow. It is that one seed. When you plant in the darkness, it will grow into the shade, the tree that will give you so much shade that you deserve. So please take from this video invite to listening to the rest of my story, plus the message that be kind to yourself, and it is okay. to not be okay. That's the first part of being kind to yourself. I think that everybody should learn is to tell yourself that when you are not okay, that it's okay to not be okay, because you are a person, and we all go through moments where we will not be okay. Um, we go through lessons, we go through life, but the world out there is tough and it's cruel at times. So if no one else is gonna be kind to you, you be kind with yourself, and that kindness is going to spread throughout this world, and we are gonna have a kinder world at the end of the day.